Alright, what is going on, guys? SpitefulHopes back again, coming at you with the news for Epic 7, and it looks like we got some more data mined from Butt Reynolds, which shout out to Butt Reynolds. I already opened up a bunch of the tabs, and I already opened up Lilias. Thank you for the information. He actually wrote down here, she's in the journal, just go look for Violet or Furious Connections. So shout out to him. I was kind of lost because I'm like, she's not here though. But no, I mean, here we go. So next banner, Tenebria, followed by Lilias with a side story for her, a descendant of the royal family of Perlutia. I'm not going to go too deep into that. If we click on this, as you can see here, we got the banner. After that, he put all the S3 animations, which is really, really cool. Her animation is kind of cool because it reminds me of something like Knights of the Round Table. It reminds me a lot of like Final Fantasy VII. But I mean, that's where I remember Knights of the Round Table for those that... Okay, I might be dating myself. All right, leave me alone. So you have Carrot's new S3, and then you have Jewel Basar, who looks like he's going to be a light Soul Weaver, which is going to be pretty cool. One thing to note about him is the way that his attack scaling looks to be is based on his attack. Like, his healing is based on his attack, which is really, really cool and interesting to me because it reminds me a lot of Blaze Dildo. And going into it, Desert Jewel Basar skill, he is a light Soul Weaver. Attacks the enemy with wind with a 25 to 35% chance, depending on your Mola investment. Chance to stun for 1 turn. This is a single target attack, and if you soul burn, you attack all enemies. One thing to note is that when you use your S1, it actually procs S2. So on his S1, he is going to be healing every single turn with his S1. Like every single time that, pretty much his AI is going to be healing every single time this Bastet roar is off cooldown. Now, as you can see here is S3, Bastet roars, dispelling all debuffs on your team and grants immunity for 3 turns to your entire team. That's pretty relevant because 3-turn immunity is nothing to scoff at, and he also increases their combat readiness by 20%. I don't see anything on what his Molas actually do for his S3 or his S2. You could assume that with Mola investment, he'll probably heal more, and you could probably guess that he's going to have like a -1 cooldown. As you can see here, he heals all allies after using Desert Wind. Amount recovered increases proportional to the target's max health and the caster's attack, which means the target being the character you're healing, your team, pretty much, and the caster being himself based on his attack, which makes me believe that he's actually going to be a damage dealer in a way. It's kind of interesting. Like, I do have Ruel of Light. I don't know if every new ML gets featured. I know that Fallen CC did. I know that ML Ravi did. But besides that, I'm interested to see how he gets shown. Y'all can let me know in the comments below. Like I said, I'm pretty new at this game. I've been playing for about 2 months now. I have a general idea of how this game goes, etc., etc. I played 2.5, maybe even 3 years of Summoner's War. Not really competitively, but I did used to stay in Conquer 2. Like, that's pretty much where that lied. I mean, to be fair, I was only like 20 years old. I was broke. I was a broke college student, all right? That's all we could do. Lilias' skill, she's in the journal. Go look for Violet or Furious' connection. We actually have that already pulled up, which is good. And let's see these screenshots, see exactly if there's anything. I haven't looked at any of this. Oh, yo, he looks sick. Yo, he looks much better than this the sprite. But I mean, the sprite, obviously this isn't a finalized version. Like, it'll be a lot cleaner in the actual game. But these sprites look cool. I still don't know why Carrot's titties is popping out of her like vest. Is that even a vest? I don't even know if it's a vest out of her shirt like that. It's a little off-putting, but I mean, she's pretty thick, not gonna lie, and that bitch grew up well. Alright, so see if there's anything decent here. No. Valkyries? Oh, that would be kind of cool if they have like harpies, I guess, not Valkyries. Alright. And these are like the 2 stars from the new chapter. This caught me off guard, the dragon. He was in chapter 4 as well. I'm currently grinding the hell out of that, trying to get the I don't know if I really care too much for farming all the AP on it, but yeah. Yo, is there anything useful here? There's nothing really too crazy here. It looks like it's just a bunch of assets in terms of let's change the song. Yeah, we're gonna go with this one. Alright, so it looks like it's just a bunch of picture assets and stuff like that. Going into the skill data, Desert Jewel Basar, as you can see here, heal strength, 15 to 18% of self-attack, and 6 to 7.2% of the target's max health, 36% FX scaling multiplicative modifier, 36% self-attack, and 14.2% target's max health soul burn. That's actually going to be pretty... I feel like he's going to be hella fun to play with. You're going to probably want to build him incredibly fast and like... an attack set? Like, I mean, you probably build him as fast as possible to take first turn and CR push your team, but at the same time, he'll be able to actually deal damage. I think he's going to be something along the lines of, like, Challenger Dominil. He's obviously not going to be a nuker, but I mean, like, in terms of, like, utility-wise, right? Like, Challenger Dominil is amazing at CR push. She takes several turns because of her passive. She's a beast, dude. I can't even compare the two. But either way, I feel like you want him to go first. CR boost your team, go ham, and then when he takes his second turn, because he's gonna boost himself by 20%, so he automatically starts off. You want him to take the first turn, grant immunity to your whole squad, and then he'll get 20% of his turn back before everyone else gets their turn. And then after that, you start just healing the entire team with immunity, so you shouldn't have to worry about being stunned unless they have, like, ML Ball and or... who's another stripper that... I don't think there's another stripper that strips and then stuns or anything like that, so I think it should be good. Yeah, I think it's just ML Ball you have to worry about with him, but, I mean, he seems interesting, he looks cool. I'm interested to see exactly how he performs in the meta. But yeah, going into Lilias, skill 3, 90% of highest attack allies attack. That's interesting. And effect scaling might have 70% armor penetration. I don't know, lol. I liked how you put I don't know, lol. That's funny. 12% self max health. Okay, let's go into it. I actually haven't looked at her skills besides her third skill, and I'm trying to find exactly what you want to do with her. Like, it seems like you kind of want to take the first turn, but at the same time, with the cooldown being 4 turns after you max mole it, or even get it just to level 3, it does interesting things. So first off, you dispel all debuffs from your allies, and commands the Perland army to fire on all enemies, decreasing combat readiness of all enemies by 25%, and inflicting damage according to the highest, to the attack with the highest attack. And inflicting damage according to the attack of the character that you are using with the highest attack. Increases the caster's combat readiness by 50%. This is really, really cool, because if you take the first turn, you have the opportunity to decrease your opponent's combat readiness by 25%, right? However, if you don't take the first turn and they have Dizzy, which is a pain in the ass, what you can do is you'll dispel all debuffs, bring down their combat readiness, and then on top of that, your entire team will pretty much take a turn, and then after that, she will also get 50% of her turn back anyways. So with the decrease in combat readiness of 25%, what I like about this is she'll probably get, like, assuming she's like much faster than your team, she'll probably get like 60 to 70% of her combat readiness by the time your second in line starts taking their turn, unless you have them like very closely speed tuned, right? So if you have her with, like, say 250 speed, their Dizzy goes, well, I guess 250 speed's a little too much. Say you have her at like 220 speed, their Dizzy's at 230. She debuffs your entire party, and then she'll dispel all the debuffs that Dizzy just put on, decreases the combat readiness of their entire team, including the Dizzy that just went, and then she gets a combat readiness boost of 50%, and on top of that, she deals damage according to the character with the highest attack, which in most cases are probably going to be big dick DPS. So like Challenger Dominil, you have Euphine, you have Sermia, so characters that you know are going to nuke are probably the characters you're going to want to pair with her. And then on top of that, since your teams are now no longer under debuffs, they can start cleaning house just as easily. I think that this character is really cool. I would love to see the utility that this character has. Decrease of combat readiness. Her soul burn skill, Deploys a divine weapon, granting a barrier to the caster for 2 turns before an 85% chance to provoke the enemy for 2 turns. As you can see here with the Mola, you actually get 15% with a -1 turn cooldown. So 4 turn cooldown for this, 100% chance to proc provoke given the effect resistance check. And then on top of that, you also get a barrier to herself. So she's going to be pretty tanky. At the same time, you want to build her really very, very quickly. I think she's going to be very, very interesting. I think it's cool that we're getting another Fire Knight. I'm so used. I play Dokkan and I play BBS, so I always my mind goes strength, power, and then fire. So it's cool that we're getting another Fire Knight to compete with Cecilia. I still... I'm not gonna lie, I still have not even looked at Cecilia, which is kind of sad. Deploys a divine weapon, granting a barrier before an 85% chance. Okay, single target. Soul burn for 20 souls, ignores effect resistance, so 100% chance to provoke is insane. And then on top of that, let's see what her first skill does. It looks like she heals a bit because of the thing. Okay, so takes the lead and attacks, triggering a dual attack from a random ally. That's important because that means that it's not the same ally that has the highest attack all the time. Random ally. Damage dealt increases proportional to the caster's max health. Damage dealt increases proportional to the caster's max health. Oh, so you're definitely going to want to build her tanky and speedy. Or I would personally like to build her speedy. Okay. I mean, that seems pretty cool. And then on top of that, with the dual attack, you can sacrifice quite a bit of your attack because you'll be triggering a dual attack. I'm interested to... I'm not sure how cooldowns work with dual attacks. I don't believe it's the same as Summoner's War, where if you pull someone in to do a dual attack with you, they decrease their skill cooldown. Why is... Oh, that's why, okay. I'm so used to having a different layout. I'm like, why is my layout so fucked up? Like, okay, yeah, so I mean, let's see what these skills do. There's her barrier. Is this random? No, it's not. Okay. It's because I double clicked it. Okay, it's not random. I just want to be 100% sure it's not random. And then first attack. Oh, she's fast, bro. Look at that. What the fuck is this? Bro, hold up. Dude, what is this? Hold up. Did she have that the entire time? Oh, she did. Okay, never mind. She seems really cool. I'm not gonna lie. I want her. Okay, so when it's her turn, she does that. Okay, that's pretty cool. I mean, she looks good. I'm interested. I don't think she's a limited unit. I don't think we got confirmation that she's limited or anything like that. She's in the journals. Saji Soul Reaver. Okay, a Bastion of Perlutia. At the start of battle, grants a barrier equivalent to 15 to 30% of the caster's max health to the ally with the highest attack for 2 turns. What? Bastion of Perlutia. Oh, snap. Damn. Okay. Damn. I'm not gonna lie. That art looks sick. You have the barrier around her. You have her like crossing her arms like a badass. You have her sword in the ground. Bro, okay. Alright. So, at the start of battle, grants a barrier equivalent to 15 to 30% of the caster's health to the ally with the highest attack for 2 turns. That's really interesting to me. So just having this equipped, regardless of if you take your first turn regardless if you take first turn or not, if you have this equipped on any of your knights, because I'm assuming this is going to be a knight only artifact, you will literally just completely protect one of your units with the highest attack. Yo, my Arbiter Vildred is going to be so happy with this. Actually, not really. I think I have more crit damage on Arbiter Vildred than I do attack. In comparison to like my Seaside Bellona. Oh, Seaside Bellona is going to be tanky with that though. That's interesting because I currently have Elbrus sword on my Fallen CC, but I don't really have a good amount of effect resist. Like I don't really have enough effectiveness on her to make that really consistent. it's really nice to interrupt your opponent, but something like this, I'm guaranteed the consistency of it could be good. Could be good. I'm definitely interested to see how this goes into practice and how this fits in with the meta. I could see a lot of Krauls being even more annoying with this. It does say at the start of battle, not at the start of every turn. So this is a one-time thing, and it does last for only 2 turns. So you won't have to worry about it too long. Should you be bringing a very tanky composition, right? A new specialized Tiki. I'm sorry. Oh man, this is just cute. Knight Hero, Summon Ticket, Warrior, Mage, Soul Weaver, Ranger, Thief. I'm interested to see if these have ML summons. I don't believe that Smilegate will be that generous. I'm interested to see exactly what they do with this. This is probably going to be either... they're probably going to sell these in packs maybe. In case you're missing a specific type of character, you could specifically go for that. They'll probably have the same rates, 15% chance of pulling a 5-star from them, just to try to like balance it all out. But either way, this is pretty cool. I like this. Yo, shout out to Butt Reynolds over there on Reddit. I always love following him personally. Like, I think I actually have him bookmarked. Yeah, I actually have him bookmarked. So like whenever, like every morning, I usually just pull it up. Well, it's afternoon right now, but I usually just look it up, see exactly what he posts and stuff like that. Oh man, he does great work for the community. And yeah, so feel free to go follow him over there on Reddit side. And yeah, so Lilias, huh? I mean, she seems cool. Yeah, so like I said, I'm not sure if she's going to be limited. I don't think so. She doesn't seem crazy like a limited unit is. She's interesting for sure, though. She's interesting for sure. I actually really like that 3rd skill. I'm interested to see how people build her. I'm gonna definitely love seeing everyone post their builds of her. But I'm gonna leave it at that. You know, y'all know this, guys. Grind, I'll catch up. Hit me up. Stay blessed. Like, comment, and subscribe if you're new. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. And yeah, let me know what you guys think of Lilias. I think she's pretty cool. I don't know if I want to go 120 deep for her, considering like limited banners, etc, etc. I might do like 10 singles for her, hope for the best, expect the worst, and yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. Stay blessed, y'all. Love y'all. I'll see y'all next one. Peace.